Danny North, a few more of those chances have gone your way. I could be talking to you after maybe even a Sligo Rovers win, but it's very disappointing to not take anything from Tallaght today.
Yeah, we are. Obviously, we're letting a poor enough goal. We didn't get back quick enough, and we had plenty of chances, but just didn't fall to us properly. You know, we've missed them. We're not took them. It's hard to take, but still early in the season,
you mentioned it's early season. The record doesn't look the best. 4 games played, 3 losses, but with the way that the passing has been, the strikes at goal and stuff, it looks like once it. I was saying it there earlier to people, like once it clicks, Sligo Rovers probably look like they could be immense.
The fact is, we're creating good chances. It'd be more worrying if we weren't, So we're still playing well. We had a lot more of the ball than them tonight, and more of the chances. And like I say, it's just a matter of taking them. And one day when we do, hopefully next week, we'll hit a team for 4 or 5.
With all due respect, you've looked probably the fittest I've seen you in League of Ireland this season. How much would you attribute that to having the full pre-season after the injury?
Yeah, having the chance to do a bit back home as well, play 5-a-side and futsal helps, and then the full pre-season's always beneficial, and you're not playing catch-up. So I feel good, and 3 games in a week. Last year I did it and I tore my hamstring after the 3rd game, so I'm happy to get through them, and just a shame about the results.
Midweek was obviously a very good result against St. Pat's, and the Standard Sports Cup has been a trophy that Sligo Rovers have always not had the best of records in, especially in semi-finals.
Yeah.
So you've definitely got the momentum there for a few weeks.
Yeah, I think we've lost in the semi-finals every year they've entered it. Yeah. So no, we've definitely got a 2-0 advantage, but we know it's not over yet. Pat's have got a quality squad, and we need to get there and play our own game and not sit back, because if we sit back we're just soaking up pressure and they'll get chances. So we know we're 2-0 up at the minute, and hopefully we get an early goal and we can kill the tie off.
And we mentioned the early form, it hasn't been the best in Sligo Rovers, but how much would you attribute that to maybe a lot of new players coming in, maybe Ian Barclough and Gary Stevens trying something different in terms of formations and that?
I don't think really. I think a lot of teams, they change every year, so you're used to it. It's just, like I say, it's just a matter of taking chances and clicking and being more ruthless, and especially defending as well, shooting shot. I don't think we've kept a clean sheet this year, so it's tough to take, and we know at the other end we've got to take the chances as well.
Alright, thanks. Ryan Brennan, a very important goal in a very important game. What are the emotions like after that?
Yeah, absolutely delighted to get 3 points. Obviously, at the end of the day, I think that was the main objective. But to get me first goal, I'm absolutely delighted with it.
Sligo Rovers absolutely piled on the pressure, and if 1 or 2 of those very close chances had gone the other way, I could be talking to you after a disappointing loss, couldn't I?
I think we weathered the storm for the last 15 minutes. We were out of luck, but up until 75 minutes, I thought we done really well. I just think we got a little bit tired near the end, and that was it. Yeah.
Playing for Shamrock Rovers is obviously very different from playing for Drogheda or Monaghan, where the expectations are so high at this club.
Yeah, absolutely. The expectations are really high, and obviously good players thrive under pressure and stuff like that. But there's a lot of pressure there as well. But for atmospheres like that, it kind of helps as well as a 12th man. So you just go out and try and win every game.
How different has the whole experience been? It's as I mentioned, massive club.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever club you go to, you have to aim high. But when you come to a club like this, you want to win everything, and you want to compete for everything. It's the biggest club in the country, and that's the way you have to aim, and hopefully we can win a few medals this year.
Finally, the way that you've a lot of people have been touting you for maybe a move over to England or whatever, and your whole career, and how much do you think last season helped your experience in terms of maybe finally making that step up from to a big enough club this year?
Yeah, obviously it helps. Obviously it helps, but you have to just work hard, keep your head down, and obviously Trev noticed that last year, and obviously getting the 3 cup finals last year with Drogheda,
and
playing in Europe as well, for a small club like that, if that's what you want to call it. But you have to just keep your head down and play your football, and then it'll do the talking on the pitch.
Alright, thanks. Kieran Djilali, a couple of missed chances, and I could be talking to you after a very different result.
Yeah, but the performance overall wasn't good enough, so I don't think we did. It's tough to take because we had those chances, but I think overall we didn't play how we did in midweek, and I don't think we we'd be lucky if we got the 3 points, to be honest.
You mentioned it wasn't good enough. A lot of things maybe just didn't work out for you, and, but there's a lot of promising signs in terms of the way you pass the ball around. A few of those chances, it looks like when it clicks for Sligo Rovers, it's going to be a really immense. It looks like it's going to be an immense team once it does click.
It will do, but it has to click soon, because we've lost 3 on the bounce now in the league, and going off a performance like that on Tuesday to then come here and lose, when I think we should be taking 3 points from here is hard to take.
You mentioned midweek, it's still an important result, especially obviously you probably would have heard about Sligo Rovers' poor record in semi-finals in that competition. To be going to Richmond Park with a lead like that,
and the overall performance, we were very happy, especially coming off the back of the Dundalk performance as well with 10 men. It was all looking positive, and then this is just another stumbling block, to be honest.
Finally, without wanting to try to put you on the spot or anything, what would you what do you think is one of the main factors for what's not been the best of starts for Sligo Rovers? I mean, it's been 1-goal losses here and there that have really done it for you.
Then it's conceding goals and scoring at the other end. It's obviously at both ends. We're not being clinical enough in front of goal, and we're not being ruthless enough when we're defending. So it's obviously something we can work on. There are positives to take from that performance, don't get me wrong, but I felt we could have, especially off the back of Tuesday, we could have come here and got 3 points.
Barry Murphy, it's always tough to keep a clean sheet against Sligo Rovers, but it's a very good result now, especially considering the amount of chances they had.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant result. I think it's probably one we probably would have conceded last year. They might have nicked a draw. I think we're that stronger mentally and as a unit. I think it's a brilliant result, and I think we probably could have nicked a few ourselves. You
went down with a bad looking injury, but just to confirm, are you okay to be playing next week?
Yeah, hopefully. I think it's my hand probably more than my head is. I think I landed on it, but yeah, it's fine. It's just a knock off the post. It's just needed to sound the bud, and that was it.
Sligo Rovers, obviously, as I mentioned, they missed a lot of good chances. It was a very good performance, as you say, defensively from Shamrock Rovers to stop what was really an onslaught in that last maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's always going to be. I think if you don't kill off teams, when we had the chance, we had a few chances to do it. I think a team of that quality will always get a few chances, and it's up to us to obviously keep them out. I think we could have probably got a few more ourselves and put them to bed early enough, but it was nice just to hold on.
You mentioned mentally the Shamrock Rovers seemed a bit stronger than last year. Could you elaborate a bit more on that point?
I don't know. I think it's just we've got a very good group mentality this year. I think it's just maybe last year I think judging by the results and history, we probably would have conceded there, and we did that a lot last year. We've conceded late goals and drew games we shouldn't have drawn from commanding positions. I think this year we've kind of pushed on now, and we've learned how to keep the balls out of the net. It
seemed a bit strange, even despite maybe not the best league finishes Shamrock Rovers have had the last few years. The expectations are still so high from the fans, and I'd imagine with the players as well.
Absolutely, the expectation's always there, and it's driven by the manager and the coaching staff. I think if you see our training sessions, it's the same in every session. You're pushed to the max, and that's the way it should be. I think it's probably the biggest club in Ireland, so I think there's always going to be expectation there from the fans, and that expectation is met by us as well.
Looking at the title race, I know you're going to be taking it every game at a time, but looking towards maybe the sort of the June-July time when teams are playing in Europe, do you think maybe last season might be a blessing in disguise in terms of the fact that teams in or around you, Sligo Rovers, Dundalk, etc., they'll be playing in Europe, or St. Pat's will be playing in Europe around that time, and Shamrock Rovers will have a nice clean run of fixtures?
Yeah, well, that's where we want to be. Is we want to have those fixtures in Europe, and it's just unfortunate we won't have it this year. So we've got to take advantage of having the extra day's rest, and obviously they're not travelling as well. But as I said, teams and squads are big enough this kind of era to deal with situations like that, and we've got a big squad ourselves, so we'll have to utilise that. We've a couple of cup games coming up, Monday, Friday games coming up, so we'll have to utilise that as well. But obviously, it's nice to have that kind of break then over the summer.
All right.